5 hours to fill as many colouring pages as possible in this book. Let's do this. Let's also grab this, and I guess maybe this lot of messy pans. Oh, one thing we can't forget is a transfer sheet. I have lots now. Of course we have the alcohol markers, but I think we'll just grab one every now and then. This colouring book is by my friend Creative Paula, and this is the next page. Unfortunately, we have a couple of little areas where we went through. It's okay. I got my cup of tea and a Christmas mug. Are we around? It's fine. Are you ready? 5 hours. Oh, let's get going. Should we start off nice and simple with some mild liners? That's the wrong area. They're a little bit patchy, but they have quite a pretty look. It's just an acquired taste. They're kind of fun to use though. A brown for this little cutie. I mean, really they are just like highlighters, but they come in really pretty shades. They're like pastel and muted. Maybe the mustache is a different colour. Maybe that's there. And then maybe this is also them. The problem is you can't really go over certain areas because then it will be very streaky, so you have to work really quick. But obviously today that is not a problem. I'm not really sure what this part is. I think maybe it's the helmet. Oh, what about a little grey mustache as well? A little pink nose. Maybe the feet would be different. Maybe a purple for this part. Oh, that's very bright. This is from the Shein haul that I did. If you haven't seen it, I'll pop it down below. It looks like this. That was crazy. With a colouring book, you can really make it your own. I think a limited colour palette is actually going to really help for this. Just to make it look a bit more cohesive. I think we do need a yellow though. Just for the star. Maybe this one here should be yellow, which I think is the same as this one here. And this one back here. You know, maybe the rocket could be yellow as well. We are doing... Oh. Maybe that's what that area was. That was supposed to be part of the squiggle. What about like a dark grey? Because I think we need to cover up this area. I wondered why it was only on one side. Okay, we'll make all of this dark, which hopefully will make it pop. They're like the tiniest bit not as juicy. But honestly, considering they're like a fraction of the price, actually crazy how similar they are. I actually never liked drawing with these before because they are quite patchy. I think it's something you just kind of get used to. It is a look in itself. And they are highlighters, of course. They're not going to look like alcohol markers. Same as the mustache for down here. Maybe something like one of these pinks to go in these sections. Try and tie it all together. Although that bit there, I think is supposed to be yellow. I missed it. Oh, that's a unique color. It's a little bit more orange than I thought it would be. It's still kind of limited color because we haven't got like a blue or a green. I gotta say though, it is crazy being back here because the last time we did this was actually for the 24-hour challenge. Completed an entire coloring book in 24 hours. That was another one of Paula's. And if you want to see that video, I'll pop it down below. It's a bit like this one, but more hardcore. Just working our way around one step at a time because if we let it dry at all, it's gonna be super streaky. Join it up. This bit here is the same color, so I think we're gonna have to do this area the same color. It's the same as the tail and the mustache. Thinking maybe we add a little bit of purple just to disguise it a little bit, which means we have to do it on all of these as well. I don't know if it's actually gonna make it look better though. That's number one all done. A very muted neutral color palette, quite different to what I normally go for, but that color there is so beautiful. And how long did it take? Less than 20 minutes. It's gonna be fun. Let's move on to number two. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I absolutely love this style of colouring, if we can even call it that. It's basically all about patterns. Swirls, stripes, dots, circles, whatever you can think of. And if you've never tried this style, you absolutely should. Like literally, go do it. Go do it right now. You won't regret it.
I don't usually cry at all, but why is it always close? From a movie scene.
Okay, let's chill, pop on a video. Chloe Rose art to keep us company.
If I recall, was a feeling of being alone. I don't know where I'm going isn't far, but in case take it slow. I'll wait to find.
The thing I'm loving most about this challenge is actually taking a bit more time. The 24-hour challenge was chaotic and crazy and we were very fast about it, but this time we can try and blend and add backgrounds and actually make art that we're proud of. And whilst this colour palette is it's a lot, it's kind of cute, right? For this page, I'm grabbing a handful of colours. One colour palette that I love is pretty much yellow, orange, red, leaning into a little bit of pink. On the colour wheel, it's just a really beautiful combo. However, the execution in this piece, not so much. The background looks like fire. It was supposed to be a nice little blend. And because the background is a mid-tone, I'm really struggling to make anything pop right now because light and dark don't really look drastic on that background. It should have been one or the other. I think this white border is looking a little bit plain, so why don't we add some random stripes? Literally just thinking of this on the spot. I've never tried it before. It's kind of fun, kind of frames it. There's 3. What are we gonna do for this one? Going a completely different route, we're moving on to gouache. We're gonna have to trust the process for this one. It's looking so patchy. Ooh, we're 2 hours down and 3 hours left to go. So far, I'm loving pretty much every single page we've created, but I still think we can do a lot more. These little paintings here, I'm kind of treating like bookmarks. One has a blue theme, one's green, one's pink. I'm gonna be honest, these pages do kind of confuse me. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with them. Like, do you know? Have you got any ideas? Are they supposed to be connected in some way? Are they supposed to be cut out and actually used as bookmarks? I don't know what the intention is and I always get so confused when I get to these pages. I just generally pick a colour theme and do each of them different. I don't know, like, is there a reason? Maybe I'm missing something? What about mild liners? It's very blue and we have a little kitty. Oh, the sun is out now. Let me close that. We actually only have 1 hour 55 left compared to the 1 hour and the 24-hour challenge. I'm definitely taking my time with this one, but that's the point. They are like better pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Considering it's 5 hours, I think we can get more done. You know what? This mic is looking awfully black. Why don't we find some stickers to put on it? To be honest, I think all the shop ones might be a little bit too big. Possibly the bat is the smallest. No, that's not gonna fit. Mystery minis? No, that'd be like cut in half. Honestly, the mystery minis are a lot bigger than I planned. I thought they were gonna be absolutely tiny. That is still like a decent sized sticker. I think it might have to be the freebie section. again. Oh no, disaster. It's all kind of fallen out. Oh, that is a big planet. That's a pretty big eye. Maybe these could work. Oh, maybe we'll have to layer. Maybe a slightly smaller planet. These are all hand cut, so there's loads of different sizes. Actually, the hollow might be really distracting when I'm filming, so maybe we do want the matte. There maybe to cover up the words, and then something else there. Try and pop it right in the corner. I'm not sure it's less distracting, but it kind of blends in a little bit. But now we're moving on to, oh, this is cute. Should we use gouache again? Yes, I have got another two. This little cutie, I want to use up this palette. This is the one that I made for the 24-hour challenge, and it's been hanging about ever since. It's kind of been flaking off because it's gouache. I really want to use it up. Oh, I should probably clip it down, actually. I just don't want to waste it. I mean, most people would probably just bin it at this point. It's just a tearaway palette. Just want to salvage what I can, really. They've kind of blended together, so a lot of the colors look the same. Like, we've got random bits of green there. It's a whole mess. Now there's blue. I don't know why the gouache kind of works best on this paper, but like it really does. Like a dressing gown. I think this is all attached, so it should be a similar color, maybe just a little bit lighter. Problem is, on this paper, if you go lighter, that means more water, and then it goes a bit unpredictable. Maybe they should be brown, make them a little bit more realistic. And you see how with the gouache, it doesn't flood into the color that it's next to? I think this is why it works perfectly for a coloring book. Like, we haven't used a hairdryer at all, and yet it's just not all bleeding together. I think gouache might be one of the best mediums to use. It's not even that patchy. Oh, maybe I should use gouache in the How Much Art Can You Make book. This one here that I made, this is my own art prompt book. It's filled with 100 prompts and lots of different chapters. And honestly, I am so proud of that book. It's over on Amazon if you want to get one yourself. There's also a whole series on the channel, one of my videos and one of the book with friends. I'll leave those below if you want a little binge watch. These pieces here should be a fun color, but I kind of like how muted and neutral it's looking. I mean, it might be a little bit too bright, but I'm trying to keep it a similar value. Maybe we'll go for a slightly different version up here then. Well, what about that yellow again? And there is our cute little animal. Actually, with the red, it kind of looks a little bit scary. Well, the sun is definitely setting, which isn't great. I think I'm gonna move back to markers. I had a bit of fun with those. Why don't we do another patterned one? I don't know why, but I really love them. Also, if you're enjoying this video, why don't you give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here every Thursday and Sunday, so there's lots of new content all the time. And of course, a thank you to the biggest supporters, my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing. Yeah, should we do some weird patterns then? Oh, just over an hour left. Let's get going.
That could just draw something from my imagination.
Yes, I know, we're back. We're back doing the patterns. Lots and lots of patterns, a bit of negative space. Kind of my art style in a nutshell, this one. But hey, it's fun. And I'm actually thinking of redoing the 24-hour challenge again, completing an entire other coloring book. So let me know down below if you'd like to see a redo of that challenge again, and I'll get planning. And if you're enjoying this video, why don't you go ahead and give it a like and subscribe, especially if you want to see that 24-hour coloring challenge. Today is a little bit different to what I've done before. Generally, when I colour in coloring books, I will bring the entire marker stand over, reach for every single colour and make a huge mess. And by the end of it, the entire desk will be covered in markers and you won't be able to see anything. Today is different. I've been just reaching for a handful of markers and completing the entire page with just them. Generally, even the mild liners too. Limited colour palettes are not something something I usually do, but in a colouring book, this is working perfectly. Like, it immediately looks cohesive. I'm a fan. Grabbing a couple more markers, some more green leaning shades. This piece is still pretty much monochrome, and the one thing it's proving to me is that it really might be best to just grab the art supplies you need and limit yourself, because then you're not getting decision fatigue, not knowing where to go next if you've already got the colours out in front of you and you're just sticking to those or sticking to that medium. And this is something I've been doing pretty much all of this year. For every piece of art I create, for the create this book or the how much art can you make art prompt book or the daily doodle diary, I've been grabbing the art supplies, grabbing a handful of colours before beginning, and personally I think that's the biggest help in the long run to make the entire process go smoother. Today is proving that. 100% recommend. If you're the kind of person that struggles to make decisions or sometimes feel a little bit lost halfway through a piece, do this beforehand and it might just help you. Quickly had to pause and grab the mic because there is 10 minutes left and I think we can do one more. I actually love how cohesive this looks. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, we can do this, right? Yeah, I think we can do this in 10 minutes. Move all of this mess. Colours should we grab? Maybe like a pink and a purple. We haven't done much of that. Rose red, pale purple, maybe like pale pink. I think that's a bit dead, but we can give it a go. What about the super bright ones as well? Like this mystery one down here that I always forget about. That is the correct order. I don't know why, but that is the correct order. The sheet underneath. Ready? Using pale purple, which I don't think I've used before, in a chaotic town of events, we are colouring the frame. This is a weird place to start. It's also scary having that right next to me. Quick it, quick it, quick it. This doesn't look purple, unless it dries a different colour. Do you know what? That is actually drying a different colour. Ignore that, that so went on future pages. Oh, that took 2 minutes. Now I want to go in with the clouds, because I actually want to do a pattern on the background. Something like lines. With the clouds being coloured and the frame being coloured, I think that might work. I've got a bright pink. Oh, let's do that for the heart. Okay, it's a little bit more red than I was expecting. This is so juicy. This must be one of the newer ones. That is lovely. 6 minutes. Almost halfway through. We've got the pattern. We've got another cloud. And then we have the little animal. I think it's a bear. That's a panda, right? Obviously, it's not going to be panda colours. This is a fantasy bear. And it will probably be pink because those are the colours we have. Next, I don't know what we haven't used. That could work for the background actually. Maybe the blue violet? Yeah, that's almost cloud color actually. Oh no, we are almost halfway. At this point, I'm just hoping that the background is gonna work. So I had the idea of lines. Don't want to rush too much. So this is a little bit thicker than I intended. So maybe this doesn't really work when you're trying to be quick. Okay, and then same again down here. How long is it taken? Do you know what though? I don't think this actually looks like the color on the lid either. Apparently it's like a violet. Alcohol markers do change color as they dry, so who knows. All depends how quick we can do the bear. Should we do the bear quite light? I think this is the same color as that cloud. 3 minutes. And we've only got like the animal and the little bowl. This is a fantasy bear, okay? And then the stick, maybe we could do a light color. It's now touching the same color. Oh, what about the ears too? I don't know what color this is, but we're gonna give it a go. It's neon. We'll also do this section, I think. And then we need a nice light one for the pole. I just don't want it to stick out too much because we want the heart to be the focus. Okay, why don't we use the red here? Honestly, I think reusing colors is the only way. Oh my, it's 30 seconds. Okay, quick. Let's grab mouth shadow. Okay, that one isn't, but you know what? This will do. We'll pop this here. This is the same color. I'm gonna have to change it. Mouth shadow, where is it? I think it's this one. Can we do 2 different colors? Can we do this one, and then what do we grab? This one, I think this is the background. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We spent 5 hours having a relaxing, cozy art session to end like that. The adrenaline is pumping. That's alright, that. I hope you've enjoyed this. Spending the day with me. It's been a crazy day. Let me know down below which one is your favorite and comment this emoji if you made it to the very end. Why don't you go grab a coloring book too and have a little create? I'll meet you back here in a few days' time. Bye bye.